It is November 15th, 2016. We're here at 7205 Magruder Avenue, La Mesa, California, 91942. We're here on the rooftop of the house, and we did not see any cleanouts for the main sewer anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and go through the 3-inch cast iron vent. This is the original vent. Going down this vertical pipe, and here's where our toilet empties into. So this is the beginning of the main sewer right here. There's our transition into the horizontal line. This is original cast iron pipe. It is nice, free, and open right now. Very little deposits or buildup in the line. Little pocket of water here. So we've got some standing water in the system here, maybe because there's some buildup or stoppage. Let's see what we've got. We can see some paper and feces right there. Okay, looks like we may have some roots right there growing in the system. We're going to take a photo of this. So right past all this paper and debris, we can see that little fine roots. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pause the video and run a bunch of water down the system to flush this toilet paper and feces by this area. See if we can get it cleaned up, a little fresher look, and we'll also locate it. Okay, we've run a bunch of water through the system, and we did look in the crawl space. There is a crawl space, but it is very tight, just enough for somebody literally to be laying down, and all the main sewer is buried under dirt. It is not exposed at all in that space. And we went ahead and located where we were at, and it was right around about when you come through the front door, go off to the right just a little bit, right before it opens up into the living room. That's where this spot is at. So again, you can see all the little things floating around. Essentially, the reason we have standing water in the line is not because of improper slope, it's because there's buildup inside the pipe. And as we push forward here, we tried to clear out what we could, but just it has to be snaked, hydrojetted, or unfortunately in this case, it appears we have a large amount of roots growing in the line. So in this case, it means that the cast iron, unfortunately, has been compromised. You can see all these little roots right there created a web, and that's what's holding up all the paper and debris and then causing that standing water. So the cast iron line, unfortunately, has failed. In fact, you can see some good little examples of the small roots growing through the top of the line right here where we're looking over this pile of roots. So the line's going to have to be replaced. So you can see this is just full of roots everywhere here. This entire line. We're going to take another photo of this. So you can see, unfortunately, the cast iron has failed at this property, and the line is just completely full. So you can see here, just completely shot, unfortunately. So this cast iron became weak and brittle and cracks, and when it cracks, then the roots get in. Now it's opened back up and it's clear here. We don't know the condition of the pipe though. It's all the same pipe, and so unfortunately, when you've got one section that's gotten that bad and brittle, the rest of the pipe, when it's cut into, typically is going to fail as well when you try to reconnect into it, or will be compromised soon hereafter and have root intrusions as well. Okay, so this line again was headed in towards the living room area, so it left the bathroom at about a 45-degree angle, and it actually headed towards the kitchen and the mini hall bath, powder bathroom that's right off the kitchen and dining room. So we were headed that way, and then right here you see they put a Y fitting, which is a 45-degree T-junction, to now recorrect and head towards the other bathroom. So now we're headed towards the other bathroom in the front of the house, going towards the front yard. Cast iron is still open and clear here. No real deposits or buildup. Now we can see on the left side of the screen right here, kind of faint, a little bit on the right side as well, but looks like the side walls, just like where the roots were, are flaking. We may even have some real tiny roots on the left-hand side, just a couple little strands starting to get in the system here. I'll take a photo of that. This is right before this other bathroom. Okay, so you can see right here vertically, that is the T-junction that's coming from the bathroom's toilet, the powder bathroom right off the kitchen. Now we're headed out. We're going to be in the front yard now. It appears right here we may have a coupling or a T-junction here. Looks like it's a definite coupling. It could even be a clean-out junction, but I don't see a full T, so that looks like a regular coupling right past the foundation. So you can see some buildup on the right side of the pipe there, and on the left, those little mounds are basically the pipe that is failing. It is the steel pipe that is rusted and corroded, and that's all the flakes of the wall of the pipe kind of expanding out and failing, just like we had under the house. So you can see a little bit of image there on the left-hand side, the little crack lines. So essentially the pipe is kind of flared out and swelled because it's rusted and corroded. You can see it on the right side just a little bit as well, some of those little flake lines. So that's the pipe essentially just at the end of its life, unfortunately. Looks like we're coming up on the 45-degree turn here. It's going to make the pipe go down a little bit, and here's where the property line clean out. So as we push forward, you can see that little bug up in there. That's the T-junction for the original property line clean out that was installed. So right when the pipe makes a downward turn, they set a T there for access during the test purposes or when they build a home. It's probably not brought to surface, but we'll pull back once we finish the detection and locate that just to see if it is, and we just missed it up front. So we're now going down 45-degree angled vertical pipe, and then right here we're going to retransition with another 45, and we're completely horizontal again. Now we're running out. We should be under the sidewalk or just past the sidewalk. And here we have a transition into clay concrete pipe. So the cast iron is no more. You can see a clay junction right there. So we're probably in the street by now. There's another clay junction. It looks clean. Another junction, looks clean. Another junction, that's clean. Here's our turn. Now we're headed to go dump into the city line here. So you can see here, this is the end of this lateral line. From the vent, it's almost exactly 100 feet. And this is where it dumps into the city and the street, shared by everybody on the street. So we're going to go ahead and pull back now, and we're going to pause the video to go ahead and pull back to the property line clean out to locate that. Okay, we've pulled back to the property line clean out. So again, this is where the horizontal is making the downward turn, and right after that's where this T-junction is, right there on the top of the screen. So that pipe goes up just a little bit. It is not exposed on the front lawn. It is under the bushes. It's a couple feet in front of the retaining wall, right before the sidewalk. However, the bushes are so thick and dense, we can't get our locating equipment inside there to pinpoint exactly where it's at, but we can see from the underbrush that there's not a pipe exposed there. And so it's a few feet deep. We're guessing about 3 feet deep, and based off of hovering above the bushes. But if you go straight out from the powder bathroom toilet window right towards the street, and again about 2 feet in front of the retaining wall, that's where this is. So we were not able to do any type of markings because of the heavy bushes. So we're now going to go ahead and pause the video again and pull back to the bad root intrusion under the house to show that one last time as we come backwards. Okay, so we're getting back close to the root intrusion here. Okay, here's the trail of roots. So again, we're about 15-16 feet down the vertical pipe, and so we're about the same distance out across horizontally, where the roots are still small ones encasing the line, and then they get very heavy as we keep coming back here every inch here, and then it's a solid wall of roots here. So right at about that 33-32 foot mark, you can see it's just solid pack here. So now we're under the water. So we've got about a 7-foot run of the pipe that is full of roots. Again, the problem with trying to possibly repair just part of that is that the pipe might be so weak you may not find anything good to cut into. So it can be attempted, but there's certainly no guarantee. In the meantime, to make this a livable, functional line, this line needs to be snaked and or hydrojetted. The hydrojetting is a little bit of a better process to clean out roots. However, unfortunately, it's a lot rougher on the line. If the pipe is obviously cracked and compromised here for the roots to get in, it may further damage the pipe or cause some of those metal flakes to peel off the wall of the pipe, and those would be in the line stuck, causing things to claw behind it. So at this point, one of those things would need to be done before somebody was to move in, because this could back up within a day or two, literally, of using. Otherwise, before they move in, the line would just need to be repaired and or completely replaced in the crawl space, and hopefully not beyond the crawl space. Hopefully, since there's no roots in the front yard, some good pipe could be tied into, not have to dig up the front yard area as well. So we're just going to continue pulling back here. So yeah, right here at about the 15-foot mark, as you can see, is where we become the vertical. So it's about 17 feet out, the roots end, and it comes back for about that 7-foot run. Okay, we're now outside of line. We're going to wipe our camera face off here. And so you can see we're here on the rooftop of the property. So that concludes this recording.